Hello, Adam here with AJT Design. Today we have an instruction video. In this fob case, this is for a Honda. This is our first Honda product that we're doing. This fits a wide variety of older Honda applications, and these tend to fall apart over time, so we thought we would do our version of this fob case. So our product fits our fob if it looks like either this one, with the 4 buttons here with the trunk button, or if it looks like basically the same thing but it's missing that trunk button, it'll fit this as well. This case in particular is missing the key in the back half, but anyways, you get the idea. So I'm going to show you how to take these apart and put our new case together. First thing here is there's a tiny little Phillips screw there, so you'll need to take a jeweler's screwdriver, and this is not included, so you'll have to have one of these to take this little screw out, and it's tiny. It comes out really easily. Just like that. Then once that's out, case come apart like this. It's kind of connected in the back. Take this piece, set it aside. We'll take this out. This is your electronics, so we're obviously going to save that. And then the next thing we need to do is we need to get the key out of here. And this one's already been out. If your case is kind of falling apart anyway, you might be able to just break this out. If it's still fairly sturdy, what you want to do is get your utility blade under there and just cut this back. This one's already been apart, so that's why it came apart so easily, but it's not very hard to cut. Again, just be careful, don't cut yourself. Use a sharp brand new blade. And then the key itself will pop right out. So these basically are the things that we're going to save for the new case. Now I'm going to show you a couple nuances with the 2-button version. Now we've already taken the key in the back piece off, so this piece will come out. So you have the 2-button version. You can see these are a little different. The other thing I'm going to point out too, and this, I don't think this is necessarily a difference between the 4-button and the 3-button version, but you can see this one has, it's a little missing section there, and this one does not. And the difference is this one has the transponder that's still in the case. So if you're doing yours and it looks like this, that means you have a transponder here and this has to come out. It's easier if you don't have to do this step, but if this is in here, if this is necessary, the car won't start without this. So what you do to get this out, these are a little tricky, but totally doable. This one's already been out, but basically you want to take utility knife and just cut all the way around it. I cut this back section. This is hard to see. I cut this back section of this piece out so that I could get a screwdriver underneath it. And you want to gently pry it out. And this one had a lot of glue on it, so it's just a matter of kind of cutting through the glue and getting this out. Again, the main thing with this is these, they're not that fragile, but the last thing you want to do is put too much pressure on it, either with a screwdriver or a utility knife. If you damage this, you have to go to the dealer and have things reprogrammed, and it gets expensive. So take your time, just cut away slowly and get it out, and you shouldn't have a problem. So that's a couple different nuances. I'm going to show one other thing before we get too far ahead. Well, let's start putting this together. So I'll show this one first, then I'll show this one, and then I'll probably go back to that one. So what you'll need to do is load the buttons up, and this is pretty easy. There's kind of only one way these go. And we include 2 different color panic buttons, so you can have a red one or a black one, and then we include a blank. If you're putting this one together, you use the blank piece instead of the trunk piece. So you put these together. You'll notice there's a little half circle piece here and then a mating feature there, so it makes sure these don't get in upside down. I'm going to throw the red panic button in because I think that looks better. And you put this in like this, and that's it. Double check to make sure everything looks good. I'm going to take this kind of back apart a little bit, and I'm going to show the nuance with the other one. So we would put this blank piece in instead here. This piece goes like that. And then what you want to do is put this transponder in this section here. actually, this works a little better if you do it this way. So you put it in here, and you put this piece, if you put it in this way, it'll rattle around, and that's fine. You could wedge a little piece of paper in there, but if you get it in sideways, and you get it in there just right, you may have to peel some of the glue off, but you should be able to wedge it in, and then everything is kind of tight in place and it stays put. So you do this, and obviously we're going to put the key in, and I'm going to show that later. You put it together just like that. So that's the 2-button version. You see you've got the blank here. You need to screw it together. But I'm going to do the full build on the other version, so we're going to take this back out, take this transponder out. Oh, I was going to show one more thing on this one before I forget. So this case, you'll notice these internal pieces, they look a little different. This top piece is clear, you know, it's got the transponder out of it, and the manufacturers are different on the back. What I found is this piece is like a perfect fit for everything. This one, this panic button is just a little too tall. So what would happen is I'd put this together, and you press this all up, and you could feel the panic button clicking. And it was going off if you put it together. It was like it was too tight, but it's very, very close to a fit. So what you do, and I've already done this to this one, is you sand this surface down very, very slightly. I took a file, maybe 4 or 5 passes. I mean, you can see these where it says panic in there. It's not even through that. So it's a very slight amount, and you just do that, a little bit of trial and error. So when you put it together and you press everything up, all these things click properly. It's a very, very easy thing to correct. Again, it's just a little nuance because this was made over, this case was made over a lot of years, a lot of different vehicles, and different manufacturers who actually manufactured this fob apparently for Honda. So anyways, that's a thing to double check. But put this in like this, and then when you put this key in, you'll notice when you look at the key, there's a side that's kind of rounded and a side that's more squared off. Round and squared, the sharp edge. So what you want to do is you want to push this sharp edge down into this cavity like this, and it should go down all the way. Once that's done, put the back piece on. Oh, and we forgot, I put the wrong buttons in. This has got to come out. This one's got to go in, just like that. There we go. Test put everything, and then we simply screw it down. This will come with a supplied Allen key. It doesn't look exactly like this. This one's a little faster for the video. As always, don't use Loctite on the screws. Loctite will eat the plastic and disintegrate it almost immediately. And just torque these till they're nice and snug. Don't need to over torque them. I'll also mention we're going to do this case in a number of colors. Off the top of my head, I would say roughly 10. And the screws are also available in different colors. So there you go. Double check all the buttons working. These two don't light up. Anyway. That is it. Thank you for watching.